I started dying.
Welcome to the Love and Swirl.
I started dying right as we went live.
So start gagging, babes.
Okay. So let me do the intro here. So hey everybody, it's Love and Swirl. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that we are here considering we are like an hour late. So CP time. And
who's here? We got a bunch of viewers. Who's here?
A year, a whole year. So much changes within a year. And we're back. I'm Piper.
Just stays the same.
So I'm Piper, and then these other people introduce themselves.
I'm Dee.
And I'm Danny.
And today we're going to talk about kind of something we've already visited, but since we've been gone so long, we're going to just kind of mention some of the pitfalls to dating, especially when you're dating in the Swirl community, and just kind of go through and give you guys also a little bit of an update on what's been going on in this last year. So as we said in the last show, we'll see you next time. And here it is, 12 months later. So,
I think we're 13 months later.
Yeah, 13 months later.
I think the last time we were on, I was watching the Dodgers play.
Oh my gosh, really?
Wow. Yeah, a lot of time.
Fun. Well, first, I want to say happy birthday. Happy 30th birthday to our girl Shay, our ride or die.
Yeah, happy birthday.
We hope it's been fantastic for you. And welcome to the 30s. I cannot say that anymore. So I'm going to leave that to Danny and Pipes to welcome you to the 30s.
Congratulations on your entrance to the 30s. May it not be as crappy as my 30s have been.
You know what? Turning 30 is great. Turning 29 sucks.
I was like 30 pounds lighter. 30 was great. Like I felt like I could take on the world. So
30 is great because you're over the fact that you're going to be in your 30s. That's all you can think about when you're 29.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking
You're
about?
like, oh, I'm going to be 30 next year. I'm going to be 30 next year. And then you get to the 30s. It's like, okay, all right, I can handle this. It's when you get to the 30-somethings where you don't want to say how far in the 30s you're at that you start to go, it sucks again.
No, that's when you just go, I tell people all the time, they're like, how old are you? And I go, I'm 30. And that's it. I just don't finish that sentence. And they are left to assume whatever they want. And they can say 31. And I'm like, yeah, totally. They can guess 22. I'm like, yeah.
I have exited my 30s as of 2 months ago.
But you don't look a day over 25, so.
Stop. 40 is a lot different than turning 30 for me. I wasn't as excited. I'm just like, ugh. But yeah. Shout out to Mike from Oz. He is
still in her 20s, obviously.
Oh, duh.
That's why you couldn't welcome her to her 30s.
Yeah, why I cannot welcome you, Shay. But the 30s were a great decade. Like they were really good. I love being in my 30s. We'll see.
You feel like you're 65. You're like 30s or so.
I feel like I'm 65. I'm like, oh my god. Like when did this happen? When did I become middle freaking age?
You're not middle age. You're middle age like
it's not middle age. That's what it feels like.
No, what did they say? Like 30's the new 20, so like 40's the new 30. So
all that in my body, and I fell down the steps yesterday.
Hey,
tumbling
at
down.
least you didn't break your hip.
No, at least you didn't break your hip.
So tell that to my arm and my butt and my hip because I went flying down the steps yesterday.
That sucks.
Oh my ass! This is the second time I've fallen this year. So yeah. The first time was in the snow, face planted, boom, right in the snow.
I don't want to talk about how many times I fall. I fall all the time.
Okay, good. So I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, I'm basically like a newborn like deer walking around every time. So
horrible. I'm like, this is what happens when you turn 40. You just fall. Like, what is happening? God.
I almost fell in the middle of the street today, and I'm not 40, so. And like I did the very not cool trip where you like trip and then you run a little bit so it looks like you just wanted to run. That's what I did.
I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I'm just too grown to even care. Like, whatever. Like, you fall, you'll be like, oh, you okay? Yep. Thank you. I fell up the steps getting off the train. And this is like, what the fuck is happening in my life right now? But I didn't break anything. I didn't hurt anything. And I still have my teeth. So I'm very happy.
You didn't dislocate anything?
I'm very happy about that. But anywho, guys, I'm sorry. We digress.
Well, that is the reason we were late. So it was technical difficulty.
I know. I apologize. My computer was being wonky. It's all on me. Dan, you want to go into the comments?
Danny, go in the comments.
Danny.
Yes.
What are you doing over there?
Yes, I can hear you very well. This is very good.
Okay, glad here.
Mother Russia is very good to the YouTube. What do you want me to do? Because I couldn't hear that. I just kept hearing my name.
Wow. We just wanted to go into the comment section. Nisha Williams says, hey, y'all are back. Hey, Nisha, thanks for joining us. Mike from Oz, obviously. And Deshay, who says, girl, you look amazing. Your skin is popping. Age ain't nothing but a number. Thanks, boo. I appreciate it. I do. Like I said, tell that to my hip. Oh, gosh, I'll be on the bike and spinning. I'm like, oh, ow.
What has it been, 5 minutes?
Oh, no. So anyway, Piper, I'm sorry. We digress. I'm being silly.
No, it's okay. I'm over here sweating like a horn church. See lights. They're killing me.
Like a horn church.
They're killing me. Oh, they're killing me. So we're going to be talking about dating.
Woohoo!
And since Danny is no longer dating, but he is the male perspective on the idea of dating. And he has taken swirl dating to a whole new level because he's swirl married. And we, unfortunately, are still in that really nifty dating zone where we're still looking for people who are grown-ups. And surprisingly, men don't ever seem to age. So they just stay children forever. So we're going to be kind of talking about just dating and dating in general and just some of the pitfalls, especially when you are 30 and 40, then, dating becomes a little bit more difficult. So we are going to just kind of talk a little bit about that and just have a conversation. So feel free to converse with us in the comments and bring your own spin. Tell us your dating stories. Tell us some of the pitfalls that you find dating or did find dating if you're married now. So let's go. Get in them comments, Danny.
Danny, okay, your mic, so you're good.
My mic is working. I just haven't said anything. For a while, I couldn't hear anything, but.
Wait, well, can I just like kind of, is there anything pop culture that we need to go over first? Anything new and exciting that hasn't already been kind of beat to death?
Meghan Markle is so pregnant, which I knew she was going to pop out a baby immediately because them eggs is rotten and she is 37. So she has to get on it.
She's a geriatric pregnancy.
Yeah, so she needs to get on it, and she did. She did just what Wendy Williams and I thought she should do. We should get pregnant immediately.
Wendy, we're talking about it.
Yes. Wendy
and her were in the next thread. Like this, hey, by the way, girl.
Exactly. That's how it happened. We were like, yo, Megs, you got to get pregnant immediately. Lock this down. And she was like, on it already.
I wonder how soon she'll have the spare.
Probably pretty quickly. Pretty quick. she's gonna pop them out like I'm assuming like maybe a year apart because just you don't want to be 40 and have a baby. So the body doesn't bounce back like it does when you're 20.
No, that's
so it's kind of like once you hit up there, you either got to knock them out really close together and get your body snatched and back.
Come on, guys.
Or
come on, it's the Royals. You know she's already had some eggs taken out and frozen, saved. If they need to create this thing in a tube, they're gonna do that.
Do that.
Like they have no problem with this. Like they already got it taken care of.
Can we just take a quick moment to talk about my jammies here?
Oh, your Golden Girl jammy.
My Golden Girls jammies, because the Golden Girls are the greatest ever.
Every time I see the picture of those, I immediately start thinking the theme song.
Golden Girls. Yeah, I don't know that there's a lot going on besides Ms.
Wait. If you're gonna take a second to show off your jammies, I gotta show off my shirt.
Our merch.
Isn't that awesome, guys?
Took us long enough. Took us like 5 years to do it.
but Danny is the one who really got on the ball, and he is awesome, and he did it. He got us merch, and I'm gonna get some merch as soon as possible.
Yeah, we'll share it on the Facebook page or something. Got to find a place to put it all.
We need Love and Swirl hoodies.
Okay.
Because I like hoodies, and I would rock that regularly. And then on the back it'll say, and what? Quit staring.
Mike Deshay, we wanted to let you guys know that Dave and Cassie are married.
Yes. We just found out because we are horrible friends.
Dave's here.
Yes, congratulations.
And they're married. They've been married for a few months, so they dropped a line to us to let us know. I wish they could have joined us tonight.
And they are in the U.S., right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
we got a bunch of people in here right now. Alex, long time.
Oh, hey.
Alex. Wait, Alex who to what?
Alex Champ.
Oh, hey.
You know Alex Champ.
I don't, but oh, hey.
Yeah, you remember Alex Champ.
Yeah.
Okay, Pipes with the gummy bear eating.
I am hungry. I am bordering on hangry and deliriously hangry. So I'm really hungry. And I got this bright light, and I don't even look all that great in this lighting, but this is the best I could do, guys. You'd be happy you can see me at all.
So let me ask you a question about dating, because I get this a lot. I'm doing my side gig. I talk to guys a lot, and I run into very oftentimes dudes that are very upset that they're going home with their buddies and not going home with the lady, right?
Okay.
Like on the regular basis. And I tell them all the time, like one of the things that I love about being married is all I have to do is give Nimi a look. I look at her and I give her that look like, what's up, baby? And guess what? She goes, it ain't happening tonight. She knows that look and she says, it's not happening tonight. And I'm like, sweet, I don't have to buy you a drink. I don't have to talk to you for 45 minutes. Like, I'm good. See you later.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Because you also have a chance of getting it the next night, though.
What are some of the challenges? Like, I know the obvious challenges like that we face in our particular situation. I don't know if you guys can hear me because you guys are both frozen.
Yeah, good.
Okay, cool. That we face in our particular situation that's always like there was a big difficulty for me was how do I find out if that person that I'm looking at across the bar or whatever is interested in a dude like me, right? Because you're kind of already setting yourself up for like
rejection.
Yeah.
Well.
Yes. Okay, cool. I thought you guys were again. Yeah, like you're setting yourself up for like how do you know? And I know we've addressed this before, so we don't have to go into it. I'm just thinking that this is a good starting point. Like, what do you guys think? How's the best way? What's the best advice to find out if somebody is interested in you?
I make excessive eye contact, and like almost incessant. Like if you're, it's like I'm letting you know that I see you watching me. You know, it's kind of like, I notice you notice me, so I want to give you notice that,
that I noticed you too.
kind of situation. Almost feel like, and that's kind of where it starts. And you smile, and if you're close, if you happen to be like standing close to them, and you start talking, whatever, little hand, like, oh, that was funny.
Huh.
Like, you're gonna know that I'm interested. I'm not gonna just come out and say, give me a number, but you're gonna know because I'm gonna be all feminine and flirty.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat.
And I keep making eye contact with you, I feel like that second eye contact is like legit.
Yeah. I do the give them the eyes and then I take it back. And then I give them the eyes and then I take it back. And then I give them a longer stare like, look, bro, you got like 10 seconds because it's going down. And I give them that really like flirtatious look for a really long time until I get them like stare into their soul. And then I take it away. Like, oh,
Dang.
come and get it. But they know that I am interested. Like I give off every sign. I probably am putting off some sort of a pheromone too at the same time. Like I literally let them know like I'm involved.
I remember I would get the eye and then I would like be nervous, go away. And then I'd look back and still get it. And I swear I would always think there was somebody behind me they were looking at. So I started looking behind me like, who is that person flirting with right there?
I don't know. I just I'm really good at avoiding eye contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. Every freaking day. I'm like, you're looking at me. I don't want to make eye contact because there's nobody that I run into, like on my commute to and from, that I like want to talk to most of the time. Like I would say 90% of the time I want to make eye contact. And then if I make eye contact, it's just that kind of little smile situation and whatever, and move on.
Now I do like a little thing where I like bite my lip or something. Like I let them know, like, here I am, come get it. But like if I am not interested at all, if I am so not interested and like nobody around, I am like abrasive. I mean, I seriously will give like dirty looks, like so they know, like while they're giving me the eyes, I give them a dirty look back, like don't even come over here, like I might bite you, like that kind of look. Like I am very much standoffish, and if I notice them getting closer to me, I strategically move farther away so that they cannot talk to me, and I will engage other strangers in conversation to avoid having conversation with them. So it's really obvious that I'm not into it at all.
Yeah, but sometimes you just get the overly aggressive,
The overachievers.
They couldn't care less, and they're still
They think you're playing hard to get.
That was up to you, like seriously. Like, Danny? Do you want to jump in the comments?
Yeah. So first of all, we got a lot of people watching right now. Not everybody has commented and said what's up. So if you just comment and start talking with us, that's important. So Mike from let's go back. Deshay says, "Yay! Congratulations to Dave and Cassie." Alex says, "Congrats." Mike from Oz says, "Congrats, guys." Alex Champ says, "Okay." Deshay says, "Well, there's been an influx of swirl couples in advertising, like commonplace now." Maybe that was when we were talking about pop culture.
Yeah, we can circle back to that.
So Alex says, "Good T-shirt." And Deshay says, "Is the merch available to the public?" I like the shirt. Yeah, it is. We'll put it in the description of this, and then we'll also post it on our Facebook page too.
Danny will put it in the description. And
even the models that the t-shirt company puts them in that they're wearing are like white girls. Like
make a low blow.
they're racially ambiguous guys and white girls wearing stuff. So
Nice. Glad we could whitewash that for everybody.
Thanks for representing.
Did we want to circle back to, I don't know if you guys have checked out our Facebook page, but like almost any opportunity that or any chance that we get a photo of a commercial that features BWWM or the brothers, we do it. Because like Deshae said, there's just a huge just an influx in representation now.
Yeah, but people have so much beef with it when they see it, though. Like, if you look at people, what they comment and say about each individual ad, it is horrific. Like, people are not focused on whatever the product is. They are more focused on the fact that it's a black woman with anybody other than a black man. And it's so sad that that's who we are.
How do they? They need to keep her in her lane.
Who in what lane?
Yeah,
the black woman in her lane.
Well, they keep saying things like they're really trying to push this interracial agenda. I have seen some so hateful comments.
But it's like white people and Asians.
Yeah, like everybody else, like you'll be surprised. Like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I'm so happy to see this couple," and why are they trying to force the interracial agenda down on our throat? And why can't they support happy black families? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what is that all about? I don't understand it at all.
Like, what benefit is it? Like, what agenda? What are we trying to accomplish here?
And like, first of all, it's weird that people think there's some like ulterior motive. Like there's all these people behind it going, aha,
George Soros is behind it.
Yeah, this conspiracy, like we're gonna get all the black women to go to other guys now. Like there's no conspiracy. It's like for so long we've been so used to seeing it one way, and now finally they're representing on the other side of that, and people just don't know how to deal. Like they don't even focus on the product. I'm sure that no person can tell you exactly what any of the products are that they're selling. It's all, oh my gosh, why are they showing this? Why are they forcing this down our throat? And I'm like, as opposed to what all the solely white communities they show usually, which makes no sense. Like, or like they never will make it look like there's even other races in the community and most shows and things. And now that they're starting to like drip and dabble into like other territory, people have a huge problem with it. It's like they're rebelling against seeing that kind of thing.
Momo in the comments, what's up, Momo? As I feel like I was about to say a line from Mean Girls. Coco. Okay, Momo. They never said that when it was black men on TV with other women 10 years ago. There was never an agenda being pushed back then.
Yeah, they never would say there was an agenda. They'd be like, oh, they would not even, no one would even turn a side eye at the fact that that's what that was being shown. But the moment a black woman is with anybody other than a black man, that is the like epitome of the world's ending. Like that's what it is. The world's about to end as soon as a black woman is not with a black man. It's crazy.
Really, again, we can circle this back to pop culture. So I watch like the Flash and like the Marvel stuff.
Flash. Nora.
Yeah, it sucks to see. It really is terrible. And so is Legends, but it's like a bad book. Like I just have to finish it. But I remember having this conversation with Deshae and then my buddy, and I'm like, every other comment you see, and this is a fictional character, a TV show, but because the protagonist is married to a woman, a black woman, they like hate her for it. And they're constantly ragging on her in the comments. Oh, kill Iris. She's useless. Why is she here? This, that, and the third. And then there have been people of like non-black men and some non-black women who've like called it out, and they're like, I guarantee you, if Iris was white, she would not be getting this kind of hatred. It's like such vitriol, like it's crazy. I'm like, these are fake, like these are characters.
You're like, there's no such thing as the Flash.
Characters.
Yeah.
This is insane. And then I noticed too, you know what? And I can't speak to this. If anybody can. So, show the TV show, The Talk. Remember Aisha Tyler, and she was married. I mean, she's divorced, unfortunately, now. But I don't know if she. What's that?
She was married to a white guy forever, for like 20-something years.
Like forever. And, you know, I don't know if they want to use that as a case of Swirl going wrong or whatever. But I didn't really watch the show. I would catch it occasionally, but it wasn't like my jam. So I don't know if she got the kind of, you know, like the mean comments before, but I know Eve gets them now, and I know it's because she's married to a white dude. Like, you should see, oh, why is she on here? And they call her everything but a child of God. Like that whole, what was the alternative word for nigga? Oh, thug. Remember? It's like thug. He's a thug.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, oh, she's ghetto. She's this, and I like read through the comments, and I'm like, she's doing a great job. Like, you mad or no? Because she's married to a freaking billionaire. Like,
yeah, he's like freaking rich.
Like, have a seat, Karen. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm sorry. I just wanted to kind of like, it links back. It circles.
Hey, let me ask you this, because I do see your point there, but I feel like the one person who's kind of avoided it has been like Serena. Like, Serena kind of avoided that. Right? And do you think it's because she's married to like a nerd?
She avoided that.
Yeah, I don't think she really avoided that
stuff. Like it seems like Serena didn't get nearly what Eve's gotten.
Oh, she absolutely does. She's been called
She's been called a lot of things. Like they people on her race.
Called her man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like, people have been focusing on her race a lot more.
Every athletic woman gets that treatment.
She's married down. She's a bed wench.
Yeah.
She, there's been a multitude of things. Oh gosh, she's gotten all the hate. She just doesn't address it, and she shouldn't. She shouldn't have to. But I never. What bothers me are the black women who date out and they feel they have to be like these super pro-black women. And almost as if they're apologetic about being with a non-black person. And I feel like men who do that, they don't need to date out or marry out.
It's like they feel like they constantly have to. It's like they go way overboard on the pro-black, you know, like because they feel like if they're not, they are somehow, you know, not proud of who they are. And that's what I hate. Like, people really do try to make black women feel like they are not proud of themselves. They self-hate if they are dating or married outside of anybody other than a black man. But sadly, it's like, how does that show self-hate or anything like that to be married outside of your race? If anything, it shows pride in who you are because you're strong enough to step out of that boundary. So it's weird, but that's what they make it like. And then there are women who just go real hard pro-black, trying to make up for the fact that they didn't date or marry somebody who was black.
Are they trying to prove their black card?
Yeah, they're trying to prove they're down.
I don't know. I didn't even bother it, but it was something to the effect. The headline and the byline was something like, "I'm married to a white guy," and then it was saying something like, and I had to teach him about his privilege or something. I didn't even bother clicking on it. And this was maybe this week or last week. I didn't even bother clicking on it because that's another, you know, I'm black, but I'm super pro-black, even though I'm married to a white guy. So I got to prove to you that I'm super duper pro-black.
Yeah, I'm so black. Like, I'm the ambassador of black. Because,
right.
So,
I'm black, y'all.
Or did you see that on YouTube?
No, Facebook. There was an article. I don't know if it was on YouTube. I don't know if it's a HuffPost article, but it was an article.
Yeah. I saw a couple on YouTube doing that where they actually had a sit down video where the wife was like talking about how she had to educate him on being privileged and how he didn't see how privileged he was. And I was like,
that's not your job.
Like, who are you? Why are you teaching him
your life and live your life, sis, and make sure that you benefit from that privilege. That's it. That's all you got to do.
He gets moved to the fucking middle line, so do you.
So I want to jump into the comments before we lose track.
There's a lot going on.
This is great. Nisha says some people just have a problem with change. Some people don't like seeing Black women win. Absolutely. Shay says, I just avoid the comments at this point. I just love seeing our representation in the media. I even noticed BWWM in horror movies. Okay, Shay, you've got to put down some of those because I've not seen it with the horror movies.
I do not see it in horror movies because I avoid horror movies.
Horror movies, and I see it in horror
I hate horror movies.
I love scary movies. I love them. So yeah.
Alex says people need to mind their own business, make your life better, and not other people's lives worse. And as Shay says, I stay rolling my eyes at the swirl gone wrong. They don't want to see Black women happy, and it makes others uncomfortable.
And then he says, "Oh, Danny, poor Serena's name has gotten much hate from her marriage."
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I just was not paying attention to that.
Definitely missed that.
I was pretty busy.
Because it's definitely
meanwhile, when she was, with Drake and Common, who's the perpetual bachelor, I can't talk tonight. Yeah. She tried to make it work. She was with him for several years, if I remember correctly, and he's still a freaking bachelor.
Common's not down
it is what it is. Let's see. And Momo says, right, they act like they need to be extra pro-Black as if they feel guilty, but there's nothing to feel guilty about. And she gets that vibe from Cheska Lee. Francesca, guys, remember her?
Who?
Is she on MTV now? Is that the girl that was on MTV now?
Yeah. Yeah. Harlem Butterfly says, please, I highly think Serena cares about what ignorant people think. Harlem, give us an example, please. That'd be great. Maybe initially.
I think she means I think she means I hardly think Serena cares about what I think it. That's.
Okay. Oh, okay. We shall see.
Mike from us says the only thing about Serena getting married that makes me mad is that she didn't marry me.
Oh, that's
her 30 for 30. Harlem says hardly. Yeah, her 30 for 30. I loved it. Like I cried. It was such a good show. If you guys have not seen Serena Williams 30 for 30 on HBO, definitely check it out.
I think her sister Venus is dating somebody who's white too.
She's always has though.
Yeah.
She always has dated non-Black men. I don't
ever see her for dating anybody who wasn't.
She doesn't even speak to it about it. Like she gives zero craps about it. She just moves forward in her life and does her. She doesn't speak on it. That's what drives me nuts about these pro-bliggity Black on Black, y'all, women who are out here in these platforms. I think that article where I read the headline was a HuffPost article. You're like,
really?
Or was it Madame Noir? So this trash is on the mainstream. Like, oh my gosh.
It's just weird when I hear people do that because it comes out of like, it seems like they are the ones who do it the most. If you are married outside of your race, you get these women who are like basically Black Panthers at this point going around like, oh my gosh, like they are so pro-Black, but then it's like, you are not anti-Black because you married somebody who wasn't Black. Like it doesn't mean that you became less Black. Like they took away some of your Blackness when you married them. Like that's not what that is. And I think those women get so caught up in the judgments from other people that they feel like that's justifying. Like they're justifying, it's justification if they become like the ambassador of Black. And I'm like, you don't have to be. Like this isn't that time in life where you really have to be. And everybody goes, well, you know, they're with the slave master. And I'm like, first of all, nobody's owned slaves in a while now. And so, like, nobody, and not everybody back in those days had slaves. It's not like every household had a slave. It's not how it worked. It was still a classist type of thing. And it's like, it's weird. I feel like it's so ignorant when I hear that. And it's somebody, it never fails. Somebody always jumps on that bandwagon. Oh, she's a bed wench. Oh, look at her. She's trying to perform for the master. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't even think that's what their life is like. That'd be weird. Like, that's weird. Like, nobody does that. That's crazy. Like, it's just a very odd thing.
I want to circle back to that, Piper, as the opposite end in terms of Black women needing to vet. But so let's hang on to that thought and run back into the comments really quick. And then Shay says, next Halloween, y'all should do a show on swirling in horror films.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'm so on board with that plan.
And then she gives us some titles: Idle Hands, The Forsaken, The Invitation, which I watched for her suggestion. At Night She Comes. I'll compile a list of horror films.
There are some other ones. One of those massacre ones that has a Black girl. And oh my God, like there's one of those where they eat people. I can't remember exactly the title, but it happens. They're like cannibals. It's in there.
Okay. Harlem asks, why do you guys think she is so scrutinized for marrying outside her race as opposed to when she was dating Black men?
Because she's married outside of her race.
Because she fell in line.
Yeah.
What's that, Danny? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Because she fell in line when she was dating inside her race. She fell in line. She did what they wanted her to do.
Boom. There it is.
Yeah.
I feel like you should like drop the mic like that. She fell
grab the mic and walk away.
like that. Was actually
There we go. I'm gonna drop the mic here.
Oh, that was perfect. Doesn't have the same effect.
I need to get a mic like that, Danny. Where'd you get that?
Amazon. Where do I get everything?
Alex asks, do you know Corazon Kwamboka? She is a beautiful Kenyan girl that has an Italian boyfriend. She gets life threats on Instagram every day and tons of name calling messages, but she doesn't care. Well, good for her. That's right. Do your thing.
All Black women, Momo says, all Black women don't even have that history in the family. I see some people even say that to African women, for example. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of does if white supremacy is a thing. It kind of does.
Yeah, but the whole slave
slave thing, like if you can
intertribal slavery in Africa,
yeah,
slavery isn't.
A lot of people just don't know that.
Exclusive
to
the
right.
And did you guys know the first slave owner in the U.S. was a Black man?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Where are the receipts on that?
Huh?
Where are the receipts on that? I mean, I knew Native Americans owned slaves too.
I'll get them to you.
Yeah, there's a series on Amazon. It's African Americans, I think it's called. And it speaks to that, Danny. I didn't know that it was the first, but it does speak to, African Americans who own slaves. Like,
well, but Black people weren't the only slaves. Like there was a time where you couldn't even be Irish in America and like successfully, like people were like, "Oh, we serve everyone but Irish."
Well, why they Irish white was like Irish white.
Well,
like we pick and choose what cultural things we are going to like adapt and like take forward for some reason. We pick and choose, and society decides like, we're going to just omit this from our history and only talk about this one thing. And it's kind of like, if you're going to do that, either talk about everything or talk about nothing, but don't pick and choose.
I think the difference between the Irish slavery and the African slaves was the difference of treatment. Like Irish slaves were not treated nearly as horrible.
It wasn't slavery. It was indentured servitude.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot.
What did somebody describe it as?
Irish that came over here as slaves.
Yeah, like they were called like they have a job, but they don't get paid for. But like they like described it in every way but slavery, like without saying the word slave. But it was described just like slavery. But it's just weird to me because I know that there was differences, and I am very aware of those differences in cultural issues. But it's like people forget that a lot was like pretty much America is just built on the back of people who are slaves, people who just were not native to this country, like people who were just basically subjugated. Like that's kind of how America was built. But people, for some reason, hold on to the point where black women are never going to be accepted fully as being like part of society and having just as much of an input on things and normal life for themselves, like marriage and the desire to be married. They're just never going to be accepted until like in the black community they're accepted also, because you will have a black man who exclusively marries and dates other women put down a black woman for dating outside her race. Meanwhile, he's married to somebody who is white or whatever other race and has children, but will actually put down a black woman for doing the same thing. And it's like black women are less than, even when it comes to black men. Like they just fall way down on the totem pole. And so they've been made to have to kind of carry the burden for a race when that race hasn't always like upheld them. And now that black women are stepping outside of that and deciding like, no, I deserve to be married, I deserve to be loved, there are a lot of black people who have a problem with it. And because there are so many black people willing to say these very hurtful things, other people think it's okay to say them too. Great. That's my sort of take on it, because I have been put down and had death threats from a lot of black men. And like they are happily like dating non-black women though. So it's weird.
Yeah, I heard that there was in the I don't even know what they call that space where the black men are I don't even know what they call that space, but they're the ones who are married to like ethnically ambiguous women. Like Tariq Nasheed, that whole space with those guys, like I'm hearing, because I don't watch them, I just know what I hear like secondhand.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like calling out black women, but they're married to non-black women. I'm sorry. And then there was one who I guess he kept his personal life like private, and then it was like found out that Phil from the Advise show or whatever, and that was like a big thing, and that he was like with a non-black woman, but he's always talking trash, like he's built his platform.
Yeah, but that's how a lot of people are.
So
that's how a lot of the men are, and that unfortunately leaves. That's why there's so much. The statistics are still really high for black women, especially educated and professional black women, being single and less likely to marry, especially when they feel like they're judged for marrying and dating outside their race. So because no black men will have them and they feel judged for going outside of their race, they just stay single forever. You know, and they just they never get married. And then you hear like other ethnicities, even I heard just the other day, like I think it was like an Asian guy talking about black women and how they were like, he's like, they're so strong and tall. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, there are some tall ones, but not me. Like, I'm really short. but you know what, like, unfortunately, because of this whole idea of like black women are so strong, it crosses like racial boundaries though too. Like other ethnicities, even people who live in like these homogenous sort of places where they don't even see any black people, kind of get the memo that black women are just so strong and masculine. Mm-hmm. And so I think that keeps black women down in the dating world too. And like a lot of black women will wear that title though and feel like they're too strong to date outside their race or go outside their race because they're stronger, maybe more masculine than what other men are looking for.
Do you guys want receipts?
Oh yes.
The first, yeah.
Okay, so Anthony Johnson No, that's his name. Black.
Well, for that, I'm going to look for the
Black England
on Amazon Prime.
Who achieved freedom in the early 17th century colony of Virginia. So he was after he serving his term of indenture.
Right, which is a term like you served that.
He was brought to the U.S. as an indentured servant.
Right, and then with indentured servants, children weren't born into that.
Right, then you.
That's the difference between that and slavery, right? So that's what I say about the Irish.
Right. So he became a property owner and owned slaves, and was one of the first people in Virginia to have the right to own a slave legally recognized. So it says that he's known for the most prominent black indentured servant to acquire freedom and wealth. So after he acquired freedom from being an indentured servant, he went and was recognized as one of the first people to legally own a slave in the U.S.
That's awesome. Way to help out.
Well, that just speaks to the fact that this was it was a time, right? Like,
what one? Like I know that. Oh gosh, Trail of Tears, not that. What is it? It's African American something, and it's in my list, but I can't find my list. Oh, it's called The African Americans. No, I mean it's pretty damn simple. Okay, guys. So we got kind of heavy with all that stuff.
We did.
We did. There was something. What was I saying? Oh, vetting.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, back up. Okay. One thing with pop culture, since we talked about Halloween movies, and Shay's going to be gracious enough to compile a list for us. We'll share that as well. And Christmas is coming up, so if you guys look on our page, there's a list of Christmas movies that are being shown on Hallmark and Lifetime. Excuse me.
Is it going to be that Tika Sumpter one? She's in a movie where she falls in love with the white guy. They're married. It's like a Medea kind of movie.
I don't know. I had
to go away. I was dying.
I haven't even seen a preview for that, but the list is there are only maybe 8 or 9 movies, which is a big deal because I think half of them are on Hallmark Channel. We all know you cannot turn on a Hallmark Channel and see our likeness and image. So
yeah,
that's a big step up because I think there was only one last year with Tatiana Imali, and she ended up with a white guy. Some of these are not Swirl, but it's still a black female lead or a multi or biracial. So like Tia is on there. I think Christine Milian is on one. And then there's like Rudy Huxtable's on there, aka Keisha Knight Pulliam. Yeah. So I'm excited. There's a whole list on Facebook. If you guys haven't seen it, go to our Facebook page and it's there. And enjoy Christmas movies. There's one right now on Netflix called The Holiday Calendar with the girl from she played Bonnie on The Vampire Diaries. And racial.
Crap, what's her name? Katrina Graham. Cat Graham.
Yeah. I watched about half of it. I haven't finished it yet, but it was good. And it's got Albie Shore's son. He plays, I guess, her potential love interest.
You mean P. Diddy's son?
Well, I mean, it's Albie Shore.
He looks just like Albie Shore, but he's P. Diddy's son.
Hawk spit him out.
He literally looks like, he just like spit him on the ground.
Like, oh my gosh, it's like looking at like young Albie Shore. But yes, guys, but that's on Netflix right now. It's a Christmas movie. It's super cute. Mike from Oz says Love Actually has kind of Swirl relationships in it with a young son of Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
that's really wild with a little black girl. Love Actually, is that an older movie? Like
yes,
2000? I thought so. Okay, all right. And it's a Christmas movie.
It's like 4,000 storylines going on.
At Love Actually?
Yeah.
Is that on like Netflix or something? Can I
Probably.
find it?
It'll
Okay.
probably be on Netflix Christmas movie.
Okay. I need to check out Hulu and see what's on their list.
Nothing. I hate Hulu.
I love Christmas.
I hate Christmas.
Amy's jam. So you better watch these movies with Mimi.
I'm going to. I plan to.
What is it called?
I'm trying to wear a onesie pajamas and get some caramel dripped popcorn. And go
man walking down the street with him on Halloween. With a damn onesie. He had to be like 6'5", 6'6".
Who?
Buy that.
Piper, are you talking about the one on Netflix?
What?
You said, what's the name of the movie?
No, I was trying to look for the movie with Tika Sumpter. It's called A Medea Christmas, where she falls in love with a white guy and they're married.
Yeah, and Larry the Cable Guy. Larry the Cable Guy is the dad.
Yes, and they're like, they're married.
His parents are totally fine with it.
Yeah, and her mom feels like she's having a heart attack over the whole thing. She gets so upset she leaves. Yeah.
And Larry the Cable Guy is like, we love black people.
Yeah, yes. And I think Chad Michael Murray's in it too.
Never seen, but we love black people. I don't know why I turned into George W. Bush just now.
No, fortunately, I've not seen that one. I thought you were going to say that new movie.
Watch it. It's a good cheesy Christmas movie.
Was that comedian who's got her 15 minutes of fame right now? Last year,
Tiffany, whatever.
I can't stand her. I thought you were talking about that at first, but
no. This is a movie that came out a while ago.
Christmas. It's a cheesy Christmas movie. You'll like it.
Yeah. For people who like Christmas, it's right up your alley. I hate Christmas, so I don't watch it until February.
Medina's in it for no, Medina's in it the whole time. Darn it.
I'm not gonna watch it because it's Medea. I like.
It's not focused on her. It's not heavy on her.
I like my little Tony Braxton is starring in one. I'm excited to watch those.
Yeah, but there's a few of them. I mean, I stand all movies that have any interracial anything in it because that's been my whole experience in life. And so if I wanted to ever see something that resembled what I was used to, I had to watch and find those movies. So I have a fairly big wealth of knowledge of all interracial movies, but we're kind of coming down from everything, our heavy topics, and we will get into all of the other topics more in depth in future shows. And when I say future shows, I don't mean
you're lying. You mean you're going to do another show in 2019?
Yeah, no, not this time. And if I can drag Dee and Danny into it, we will be doing a show here within like the next 2 to 3 weeks. If I can force them to be available, then we will do a show because we're trying to show you guys that we are serious. I even posted another video on my personal channel. That's how serious I am about doing this, that I am putting my best foot forward, making this show happen. So, and we all are. We all want the show to happen. We did not mean to be gone for 13 months. That's just not in our plan all the time, but it happens.
As always, we need y'all's help. So when you guys see stuff that you want to see us talk about, gotta let us know.
Yeah, shoot us the line.
Oftentimes we feel like that we've covered like everything, and so anything else would be would just be redundant. But
how old are we now? 5 years old?
Yeah, we're 5 years old, guys. Like
we were the first, FYI, the first.
We're the only. We'll sell
internet, that. We're the first live internet interactive talk show.
We're the only live internet interactive talk show.
This type of panel.
Yes.
This
running late format. We are the first.
Yeah. We're
the first. Doesn't matter that we're not consistent. We're the longest.
The longest and the first, baby. Everything after us is just imitation. So
oh my gosh. No, but seriously, guys, there's room for everyone here. And no, we don't have, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but we like what we do when we do it.
And for the subscribers we have very loyal watchers.
From the beginning, from day one. And we appreciate you guys and all of our new folks. And so there's stuff.
And if you're new, talk to us, stalk us everywhere, social media. Love and Swirl doesn't have an official Instagram, but you can go to my Instagram because I will try to update and put up, and I rep all things interracial love on my Instagram. So Dee and Danny do way more of the Facebooking than I do because I hate Facebook. I'm gonna be real. I hate Facebook. I try to avoid it like plague. So I'm not on Facebook all the time. But I definitely am out there. We're all out there. And even if there's a topic that we have done that maybe you didn't feel like we covered in depth enough, or maybe you wanted to hear a different spin on it, or maybe we joked too much when you thought we should be serious, let us know.
Maybe we've grown a little bit, and maybe we might have different opinions on stuff as we gotten a little older.
Yeah, 5 years is a long time, and people change, attitudes change. So we might think differently about some things that we already covered. So definitely make sure that you hit us up and let us know and give us ideas. If you see something out in public and you feel totally comfortable taking a picture of strangers in an interracial relationship, throw that out at us. We will discuss it. We feel free. This is an open forum, and we will gladly accept it.
Alex Champ pointed out something great. We don't have trolls.
No, we don't.
We don't.
Not anymore. We eliminate.
We don't put up with trolls either. We don't entertain trolls.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do stuff just for drama's sake. We want to do stuff that's fun and engaging and all that, but it's not drama sake. There's no point in doing stuff just to be drama. That's not worth it.
And our blocking ban is strong, so if people troll us, we just block you, no more. We don't want to deal with it.
We even clean out our Facebook, right, Dee? We clean out our Facebook.
Oh, hell yeah.
We clear out. Oh, look. Oh, here's a white girl with a black guy. Bye.
Oh, yeah. We banned. We banned in a heartbeat. And I send a message y'all see this? Bye. It's not a black woman. That's it. We ban your ass. If you're a white girl, if you're Latina.
No, wait. Hold on.
You got to go.
Us Blackskins need representation. I feel like the Blackskins don't get enough representation, and I want, as the spokesperson for all Blackskins, I believe that we have a voice too. Damn it!
What's up, Vince? You're coming in as we're saying goodbye.
But Susan, you gotta go. But
I've not seen. Welcome, Vince. Your name we've not seen before. Tell us all about yourself.
Tell us about your swirling.
Good evening.
We just said we don't have trolls. What if Vince is our first troll?
Right.
Oh, yeah? What's this?
We wouldn't be a troll saying good evening, everyone.
That's true.
Maybe.
Unless he's Dracula, then that's exactly how Dracula would start it. So, good evening. That's exactly how it will work.
Did we miss any comments before we wrap up? No.
I will look so shiny in the next episode.
She knows what's up.
Who? Oh, hashtag shade.
She's so cool.
Yes, I'm loving the Christmas movie lineup. Thanks for sharing. I'm a big fan of horror.
I love horror. I hate Christmas.
Plays. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that. I enjoy the play too. I went to one. I enjoyed that.
Plays?
I think that was it. Well, Vince, unfortunately, we're wrapping up for the evening. It is 10:35 p.m. here on the East Coast of good old America.
It is
America.
8:21 here in Arizona.
White, mostly, definitely not a troll.
Definitely.
Simone 56, Skindle St. Charles, etc. Welcome.
As are we. There's, like I said, room for everyone. Yeah, I listen to them personally.
Listen to who? I missed everything.
He said he's Canadian, white, most definitely not a troll, a fan of CK, Simone, Kendall St. Charles, etc.
You see,
Canadian. I want to be Canadian too.
Canadian.
Yeah, I'm trying to immigrate.
You know how Canada picked out their name?
Say that again, Dan. You were like choppy.
You know how Canada picked out their name?
How?
They put a bunch of letters in that and they went C-A-N-A.
Oh my God.
So funny.
That's my dad for the night.
That was a good dad joke too. That is exactly the type of dad joke I expect.
Well, Vince, is this your first time joining us or seeing anything of Love and Swirl?
Yeah, how did you find us?
Yeah, definitely dad joke, Shay.
Yeah. Danny's the old married.
I got a lot of them. They're my favorite.
He says, I haven't seen you fine folks in a while. Come on up, eh?
Hey, I'm going. I need to be Canadian because a lot of Canadian guys.
When I was in Canada last year, my my little apps were popping. Like my little dating apps were popping. Yes, they were popping. But I was with my daughter, so.
So you had to be
responsible. But yeah, they were popping. When I was in Texas, like clearly that's just like, yo, you need to move.
Don't you hate when you travel though and you get more attention on like dating apps and stuff when you're just traveling though? So it's like you can't even say anything because it's like you don't live there. And it sucks. It's like, damn it, why am I not so popular where I live? It sucks. If I did that, I'd move every 6 months.
That's what we get to finish talking about. Just what the heck is actually happening out there, or the lack of what's happening in vetting your potential partner, things like that. So
we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of people guys in general, like, because I've run into a lot of guys who just haven't grown up. Like, a lot of men just haven't grown up and they're still like, oh, I'm just dating around. They're like 42. I'm like, what are you waiting for? They're like, oh, I'm not ready to, I'm just still dating around. I'm like, for what? Like, when are you going to settle down? When you're 56? Like, what are you doing? Like, you are past the age where that's an acceptable explanation for why you're single. like, I'm just going around sowing my wild oats. You don't have any more wild oats when you're in your 40s. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You don't have any oats.
He's got more shade over here. He's like, I'm glad we can see them in 2018. I thought we would see them in 2022.
We will be back, and in 2018, we will have at least 3 shows. That's my goal.
New year, we will definitely stream again before the new year. Hopefully before the end of this month, maybe.
Yeah, I would prefer it to be before the end of this month. At least get 3 shows in 2018. That's my goal. Make 2018 great again. And let's do that. Let's do that.
He found us quite a while ago, actually. Saw your old videos. Those were good days. He says he misses those days. I will always check out videos with beautiful Black women who are open to their options. Well, thank you.
Well.
Thank you.
Mike said, great to see more of you guys. What time is it there, Mike? It's got to be
like 14 hours ahead, right?
He's a trooper because he hangs.
Mike, that's where my ass needs to go to.
Where? Australia?
Yeah, like that. My daughter's obsessed, like, with Australia. She's like totally loves it.
I would love to visit anywhere really overseas because I have not been overseas. You know, like Mexico doesn't count. So I've been over gates, but I haven't been overseas, and I want to be overseas. I want to be able to go to like, you know, the UK, and I want to visit. I want to go to Korea. I learned all this Korean, so I think I should probably use it so it doesn't go to waste. So I want to go visit some places. My goal is to travel with my golden years, like my other years of my life. Maybe that's where my husband is hiding out.
That's why I feel like he's somewhere else. He always sees me with someone older. So does Deshay. Like she said, a silver fox.
Really? Well, Deshay, I don't hear you
putting old
any
now, so I've had to expand, like, you know, it's real when you've had to expand your dating range.
Oh, I hate that. Words. I hate that.
Like I've had to increase it because I'm 40 now, and it's like, okay, let me go up 10 years and see what happens.
See, but you know what I did? I actually went down a little bit because at first I didn't want to go up, so I was like, okay, I'll date a 32-year-old.
Yeah, they're not emotionally, they're not on my level. Like I'm thinking that way.
32 seems young now.
47 or 48, then he's probably 40, really 40 emotionally.
Emotionally,
so he's on my level, right? So I think I'm sorry, Piper, I may have overtalked you, but Shay says, "Oh, I missed what you said."
Oh, no.
I'll repeat it for you.
Piper will repeat what for who?
You'll repeat something for Shay because she missed what you said.
I said that she was giving you prophecies, but she didn't give me any prophecy. Who she see me with? I'm still single and rolling in the deep of 30. I need a prophecy that for me. Who do you see me with? Not a silver fox, but maybe like a silver lion. I don't know.
Not a white supremacist.
Okay, that was like one time. I'm never gonna live that. I need to definitely, obviously, not do that again. I don't need to go down that road. But I need to definitely find someone and stop this singleness. I'm not trying to be single forever, but I don't just accept anybody. Yeah. I have character traits I prefer. I have morals and standards. I would like someone to uphold the character traits I think are important. However, just because I have standards doesn't mean I need to be single forever. These are my hot years, and I would like to explore them.
Right. Yeah, because then they're going to be 40 soon.
Because then I'm going to be, and I don't want to be that.
Oh, she says that. Shay says she'll get her tea leaves.
Good. Get that crystal ball out. Do whatever you got to do.
He's over there getting his prayer on for his sister.
For all my prayerful folks, please, give the old JC a shout out for me. And be like, yeah, I need some of that.
I gotta go see a man about a car.
All right, you guys. Nice. Thanks so much for joining us. This was fun.
As always.
You guys, in a couple weeks, we promise this time. So
we promise.
Everyone is healthy and alive. You'll see us in a couple.
I'm going to give you guys Piper's phone number, so if you don't see us in a couple weeks, you can start calling her on random.
No, I'm going to be putting up a video that makes everybody go to Love and Swirl, so it convinces you guys for us to do a show. That's my goal. Right. For every show, I'll put up a video on my personal channel so that people will you'll generate some people out there. So hopefully I'll keep you guys, Dee and Danny, on the hook too. So we can do this.
Ready again. Let's do it tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow.
All right. Don't quote us on that. CP time. So
we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.